Well, I was discussing with Sarah and I was telling her how vacuuming is probably one of the most satisfying things ever to do. I love to vacuum. Then she rudely attacked me for no reason whatsoever. We're currently en route to Atlantic, Iowa. Atlantic, Iowa is probably about an hour 45, 2 hours from home there in Mapleton. We're gonna go watch my niece shoot bow and arrow. They have a team on their school, and that is awesome. We have a trap shooting team there in Mapleton, but we don't have no bow and arrow team. That would be completely awesome if we did. By my lonesome. Sarah and her mom are gonna meet us over there because, well, I kinda am on call. Not with trucking, of course, but today's opening day for shotgun season here in Iowa, and Troy and Grandpa are hunting. So if Troy gets a deer, I want to be able to jump up and go. That's where we'll be spending all day tomorrow. But as for today, it's just him and Grandpa out hunting. You know, some of you were curious about fuel mileage when I put that truck camper on the pickup, and well, a lot of you were saying, man, that had to kill the mileage. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, first class, that's not the semi. That dually right there runs on 6 35-inch all-terrain tires. Before I put the camper on it, it got 17 miles per gallon. I put the camper on it, it gets 17 miles per gallon. It didn't change in an ounce.
What are you taking a picture of?
I'm weird like that. You know, I think the biggest thing that makes the biggest change in the fuel mileage of the pickup probably is just the tire pressure. When we're back home running around, I am very rarely anything above 45 psi on all 6 tires. But like today, I knew I was going to be on the interstate, and this was probably about a 95 mile road trip. So I had changed them, and I'd bumped them up to, I think we're up to 60 pounds. I know we're up to 60 pounds on the steers, and then I got 55 pounds in the drives. So that's it. The mileage did not go down at all. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's just because it's a diesel. It's a 6-liter diesel, and it's geared right, and it really doesn't worry about wind. The only time I see a mileage difference when I'm driving this pickup is if I got the big camper, that big one we have at home. If I have that behind us, it drops like a rock. Mileage goes to nothing then. What'd you think of that archery tournament there? That was awesome, wasn't it? Both of my nieces, Brooke and Riley, they both shot at it. And the wise of scores, you're going to ask me, and I have not a clue what their scores were. They had a 3D shoot at 8 o'clock this morning, which means I would have had to leave the house at 6. And I think we all know how I am with mornings, so we're not going to jump into that too much. But we did make the noon one, and both of the girls shot, and in my opinion, both of the girls did good. But just like any other competition, you guys have seen Paige have her highs and lows whenever she's at trap shooting. So I'm pretty sure the girls had highs and lows during the bow archery side of it too. I just think it's awesome that the school offers that, and it's free. I mean, you can buy your own bow, which both of the girls have their own bow. I probably should have showed you those. Those are pretty cool. They got some nice colors in it. But everything's equal. Every kid has to shoot the same bow. Every kid has you can't go over a certain amount of pull for poundage on the string. Every arrow is the exact same and same length. You cannot use sights of any kind. You cannot use a trigger mechanism on the when you shoot it. I just think it's awesome. Some of those kids were bullseye every single shot. That's crazy. Now we're going to run out to the farm. By the time we get out there, what time is it? 3 o'clock. By the time we get out there, Dad and Troy are going to be out in the blind already. But we'll just go out there, dink around a little bit, and well, just be out there if they get anything. Speaking of air pressure and tires, holy smokes, the difference between having 45 pounds of air in your tires versus having 60 pounds of air in your tires, that's a completely night and day difference out here on these gravel roads. So once we get out here, they're not too far from us. They're about 5 miles from us right now. We're gonna get a little bit closer, then we're gonna stop, probably just drop some air pressure down and just wait around, see how they're doing. Because I texted Dad and asked if they were out in the blind already, and he said, oh yeah, we're way out here. Oh, there's a deer right there. There it goes. It's not even worth showing you guys because it's a half mile down the road. You guys see that far? Yeah, couldn't really see it. Hey. Hey there, big guy. You happen to see, haven't to see a old guy running around with a kid, have you? No? Okay. I was just checking with you. You sure are a man of, not too many words. I understand. You're eating. It really is this quiet. See that hill to your right? Right there? Troy's up and over the other side of it. He sent me a text. He's surrounded by deer right now. So the first day of hunting season could be the last.
After them, they stayed, and there was 16 does yet there. There was a lot of does, and they just kept coming in. And then at the last second from so there's a, this side, buck comes walking down one of the trails and comes walking in, and then it goes really, it was like at that point 220 yards, and then found the doe, and then was hot on the tracks of the doe, started to chase it my way.
So he still was rutting. He still was on the track.
There was a lot still rutting and chasing the does around. But they started coming my way, so I was starting to get ready.
Yeah. Because
I knew they would come for me. So right as I was getting up my gun, next thing you know, they all just take off. And I looked around, I was like, what the heck? And then I still couldn't. This thing was a small coyote.
It's still a coyote.
Yeah. And it took off going this way. And it headed towards me, but I didn't know it. But I saw there was two more deer on like because you know how it's like a square and then like it goes back around that hill. And I was looking at those, glassing at those, and opened the side window. Next thing you know, I hear footsteps again.
Oh.
And it's that coyote just walking through. And I was like, oh, are you serious?
Well, Troy's no longer riding with me. That lasted all of about 10 minutes. And then him and Grandpa jumped in the pickup, ran over, checked on some buddies that are hunting out here, and now they're on their way back into town, and so am I right behind them. I love it. Absolutely love it that Troy is getting all the grandpa time in on the hunting side of things. We'll talk more about it maybe in tomorrow's video, but as for today's video, we're gonna wrap this one up. It was a great day, had a lot of fun, and tomorrow should be interesting in some sort of or another. You guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.